What is going on, everybody? Tim from Tearphone Orbital. So I'm just going to do a quick demo walkthrough video on a commission that I recently finished up on this KR Sabers Flagship. This is the first time I've actually had a flagship in hand to do an install on. However, I've seen them everywhere. KR Sabers, the price point for this hilt is actually very, very reasonable, and it is a great hilt to modify. So it's ripe for etching. You can do all kinds of really, really cool stuff with this hilt, with the shrouds and everything. So I just haven't had a chance to get my hands on one. But that being said, this one is very unique. It's not your typical, it's not the typical version that you get direct from KR Sabers. This particular one has had some grip customizations done to it, as well as some etching, some custom etching. So we'll talk about that a little bit. I'll go over the outside of the hilt, and then of course for the client we will talk about how to use the hilt, and we'll go over a quick demo with a blade. This is a CFX install, so it's a little bit different than obviously than my Profi video. So we'll talk about all of that, right? So let's talk about the hilt, because this is a very, very unique one. Okay, let's come up top. So this is it. This is a KR Sabers Flagship. So you can already tell. I'm pretty sure this came anodized in green from KR. I might be wrong. I do know that Darth Alice did the etching, laser etching on this, and the laser etching is really, really rad. Okay, so I mean, you can already tell. Like, look, this is a green hilt, and we've got some green-related foliage on the shrouds and the pommel. This etching looks really, really cool, right? We've got some stuff in our besh here. So yeah, really, really, really nice black laser etching. I thought looked fantastic. The grip, the wood veneer grip, was done by Benji over at Nerfhearder Customs. I love the way that this brown grip looks on that forest green. This hilt is beautiful. In my opinion, it's absolutely beautiful. That brown on green, in my opinion, looks so classy and looks so good. Great feeling hilt too, right? So let's talk about the chassis. Okay, so the whole grip unscrews. Really, really smooth machining. Nice hilt, really nice hilt. So client did request that I put a Goth 3D metal master. That's not a master, but it's just a Goth 3D chassis. In this particular build, and the client did also have some requests, right? So the client did get this marble from Noah Drew. This is a UV sensitive marble, fluorescent marble, and the client also wanted some black lights or UV lights in the crystal chamber, right? So I was able to do that. We've got the marble in there. This Goth chassis, so I have yet to install. This is my first flagship, right? With Goth chassis, they're always a little bit more complicated than just your regular, printed chassis, okay? Especially these ones that have the rods and the metal accents. You've got to really, really make sure you're cutting your tubes and your rods to the exact dimensions that Rick says on his website for the walkthroughs. For this particular one, the only thing I had a hard time with is getting these barrel lugs. I always have a hard time finding the right size of these barrel lugs here in the States. So I just ended up ordering these from Saber Armory. And yeah, it's always, because you need these small ones. Rick specs all of his chassis with parts that he gets over in Europe, and they're just hard to find, right? And you really can't continue building the chassis without having these barrel lugs in here. It really, really helps secure everything in one piece, right? So yeah, with that being said, we've got silver and copper accents in metal. I did also notice, so the chassis was sent to me by the client as well for install. So this board cover, this is the board cover for the Profi version of this chassis. It's a little bit different. So I did have to make some modifications to this so we didn't arc and make any contacts on the CFX board. Okay, and I also I just put some Captain tape over the CFX board. I always do that just in case if it's close to a metal cover. If there's ever a metal cover on top of a Profi, I try to cover it with Captain just to make it a little bit more safe, right? And that's pretty much it. Battery tray is here, kill switch. We've got a 24mm speaker. This is from Smugglers Outpost, and a single AV switch that is lit. Now, there is an option to get a brass tactile screw in here. And Rick's, in Goth's instructions, he does mention that offhand, but he doesn't really give a detailed explanation as to how that is possible. I tried with a number of different heights of brass tacks, and I just could not get them to fit right when the chassis was in place. So the client, fortunately, was okay with just having a single button setup. So that's what we just stayed with, right? And that's pretty much it. So to use the hilt, a little bit different setup as well. So with this Goth chassis, the negative is towards the crystal. So you want to take the flat part of your battery and put it towards the crystal, or where the spring is. This is the spring side. Whoops. And then you hit your kill switch. The negotiations will be short. So there is that marble. It is bright. It was even brighter than this. I had to add a resistor to this line to make it to the power going to the marble itself, just to make it a little bit less bright, because it is bright, guys. Like it's a UV light. So anyhow, so make sure your battery is in. You want to slide your grip on, okay, and you're ready to go. Yeah, really. I'm so used to Profi. Really nice feeling hilt. Nice diameter of the grip, right? So let's put a blade in it. Right, so there is a brass set screw back here for your blade retention. Just want to slide your blade all the way down, tighten your set screw, and you're ready to go.
Sound bank selection. Master Qui-Gon.
Second sister.
Going somewhere.
Yeah. So I did set this up with just my CFX blade style libraries. They're just basic blades. And I did set it up with some fonts for the CFX. So it is a single button setup. So all your clashes work. Blades work. Lockup works. So yeah, really nice feeling hilt. Benji did a really God, I'm so used to Profi. Benji did a really rad job on that grip. I love the way that feels. I might have him do a veneer for me for one of my hilts pretty soon. So that's it. I actually want to keep playing with this thing. I really like it.
Sound bank selection.
You're in fire.
One more. Yeah, really nice. Really nice feeling hilt. Right? So I can't stop playing with this thing. It feels really good. One more.
Sound bank selection.
You're in fire. General Kenobi. Your move.
Yeah. Really nice. I love the way this thing feels. Fantastic. So, anyhow, that is it for the green-friendly KR Sabers flagship. To the client, thank you very much for trusting me with another one of your builds. To the viewers, everybody, thank you very much for watching. If anyone has any questions about the build or anything really, just don't be a stranger. And with that being said, thanks for watching. May the Force be with you, always. Later.